5 years ago, my life felt like a script I didn't write. I was working a job that paid the bills and kept a roof over my head, but something was missing. Every morning the alarm would ring, and I'd drive the same route to work. I was trading my time for a paycheck, living for weekends, dreading Mondays. It was a cycle, a hamster wheel. I was running faster and faster but going nowhere. Money came in, money went out, rent, car payment, groceries, student loans. There was never enough left over to feel secure. I was building someone else's dream, not my own. The idea of financial freedom felt like a fantasy, reserved for the ultra-rich. I felt trapped by my obligations, a prisoner to the next paycheck. This wasn't living, it was just existing. The golden handcuffs were real, and they were tight. The future looked like more of the same, maybe a small raise, maybe a nicer car, but never true freedom. I saw older colleagues tired after decades on the same path. I knew I wanted something different. This feeling of being stuck weighed on me. It affected my mood, my energy, my outlook. I craved a way to break the cycle. I wanted to build something for myself, something that would work for me even when I wasn't working. I wanted to own a piece of my future, not just rent it month by month. I didn't know the answer yet, but the question was burning inside me. How do I get off this hamster wheel? The search for that answer was about to change everything, and so my journey began. The change didn't come from a dramatic event, but from a quiet moment of discovery. One Sunday evening I stumbled upon the concept of passive income. Making money while you sleep, it sounded like a gimmick, but I kept digging. I found stories of real people doing it, and one strategy kept popping up: dividend investing. I dove into research, books, videos, stories of people building wealth through dividends. These companies were paying shareholders just for owning a piece of them. It was like getting paid rent for owning a tiny fraction of a corporate empire. The math hooked me: compounding, reinvesting dividends, building a snowball. At first it was tiny, but with time and consistency, it could become an avalanche of passive income. This was the escape plan I'd been searching for. I wasn't just chasing wealth. I was chasing freedom. The freedom to choose my work, spend time with loved ones, and pursue passions. Dividend investing wasn't a get-rich-quick scheme, it was a get-free-slowly plan. For the first time in a long time, I felt hope. I wasn't just dreaming of getting off the hamster wheel anymore. I had found the blueprint for a door. Now I just had to build it. The journey from consumer to owner had begun. The fire was lit. I was ready to take action. Motivated, I opened a brokerage account, my passport to becoming an investor. I transferred my first $100. It felt huge. But then came the overwhelm: thousands of stocks, endless choices. My first mistake? Chasing high yields. I bought a stock with a 10% dividend thinking I'd struck gold. A few months later the company slashed its dividend and the stock price crashed. Lesson learned: a high yield can be a warning sign, not a golden ticket. I realized I wasn't just buying tickers, I was buying real businesses. I learned to read balance sheets, focus on payout ratios, and look for companies with a long history of growing dividends. I discovered dividend aristocrats and kings, reliable, boring, wonderful businesses. Another mistake: checking my portfolio constantly, riding an emotional roller coaster. Dividend investing is a long-term game, like planting a tree. You don't dig it up every day to check the roots. I learned to trust the process, focus on income, and ignore daily market noise. My new strategy: buy great companies and hold on. I became a business analyst, not a gambler. Each stumble taught me something valuable. The journey was just beginning and I was learning fast. The foundation was set. I was ready to grow. My journey started small. My first dividend payment was just over $1. It wasn't much, but it was proof of concept money I didn't have to work for. I tracked every payment in a spreadsheet, watching the numbers slowly tick up. By the end of year one, I was earning about $50 a month in dividends. It wasn't life-changing, but it was real: a phone bill, a nice dinner. Every spare dollar went into my portfolio. I cut expenses, picked up side hustles, and bought more shares. I was buying assets, not liabilities. The real magic happened in year 3. My dividends started buying meaningful amounts of new shares on their own. The snowball was picking up speed. My monthly dividend income crossed $300 a car payment, a chunk of groceries. The passive income was making a real dent in my expenses. The machine I was building was starting to produce real power. By year 5, my portfolio was on track to generate over $1,200 a month in dividends. That's over $14,000 a year, money that comes in whether I get out of bed or not. It's a second, completely passive salary. The snowball was now a boulder, rolling downhill, growing on its own. Consistency and patience were paying off. The pressure in my life began to ease. I could finally see the path to freedom. The power of compounding was real. My money was working for me. The journey was no longer just a dream, it was happening. This journey wasn't a straight line up, there were moments of doubt. Market downturns were terrifying. Watching my portfolio drop by 20% tested my conviction. Friends asked, "Aren't you scared? Are you selling?" The temptation to panic was real. But I reminded myself I wasn't a trader. I was a business owner, my companies were still paying dividends, the income stream was intact. My mantra: focus on the income, not the price. I surrounded myself with positive influences, books, videos, wisdom from long-term investors. My spreadsheet became my anchor. Even as values fell, my dividend income kept growing. Market dips became buying opportunities, not reasons to panic. Patience was the hardest part. Dividend investing is slow and methodical, but that's its superpower. I celebrated small wins. Each milestone was proof the plan was working. Staying the course was tough, but the rewards were real. The journey was about resilience, and every doubt I overcame made me stronger. My first aha was that tiny dividend payment, $1, that proved the theory. But the real moments came later. 2 years in, an unexpected car repair would have stressed me out. This time, my dividends covered most of it. For the first time, passive income was my safety net. The feeling was empowerment, not just relief. On vacation, I got a notification, a dividend payment while I was relaxing on the beach. My money was working for me even when I wasn't. That's the purest form of financial freedom. My relationship with money changed. It became a tool, not just a paycheck. The ultimate aha was realizing my future was no longer dictated by a single employer. My passive income was creating real options. The question shifted from "can I retire?" to "when do I want to be work optional?" That's the freedom I was seeking. The biggest change wasn't in my bank account. It was in my mindset. I shifted from a consumer to an owner. Every dollar became a soldier working for me. Financial literacy boosted my confidence in every area of life. I made decisions from abundance, not scarcity. The anxiety about money faded, replaced by calm and control. The dividend income became a buffer, giving me courage to take risks and pursue fulfillment. True security isn't $1 million in the bank, it's consistent cash flow. Dividend investing gave me the gift of time. Each dollar in dividends is a dollar I don't have to earn at a desk. Money's greatest value is in the freedom and options it provides. It's about designing a life you love. That's the real reward. If you're inspired to start, here's a simple blueprint. First, just start. Open a brokerage account. It takes 15 minutes. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. Start small and be consistent. Even $25 a month matters. Set up automatic transfers. Pay your future self first. Consistency is the engine of compounding. Focus on quality over quantity. Don't chase high yields. Look for stable companies with a long history of paying and growing dividends. Research dividend aristocrats or dividend-focused ETFs for instant diversification. Adopt a long-term mindset. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. Track your progress with a simple spreadsheet. Ignore daily price swings. Focus on your growing passive income. Celebrate each milestone. Remember, you're planting an orchard, not picking berries. The storms will come, but your income will grow. This is your true report card. Start building today. 5 years ago, I was where you might be now, uncertain, searching for a way out. Dividend investing became my path to freedom. It wasn't a lottery ticket, but a blueprint that required discipline and patience. The payoff? More freedom, confidence, and options than I ever imagined. This journey is available to you too. You don't need to be a Wall Street genius or have a huge inheritance. You just need to start. Each share you buy is a vote for your future self. Imagine an extra income stream, hundreds or thousands a month, changing your life. This isn't a daydream, it's a possible reality. Don't let fear hold you back. The most important step is the first one. Open that account. Make that first deposit. Buy that first share. Start your snowball rolling today. Your future is waiting. Go build it.